Hi, welcome to the Migration Story podcast. On this episode, we have senior journalist Hepzi Anthony, interview writer and consulting editor with NDTV Jitendra Dixit on whether migrants matter in Mumbai elections.
Hi, this is Hepzi Anthony, an independent journalist from Mumbai. Mumbai has always been the city of dreams for migrants for many decades. Generations have come here looking for work from across the country and settled here permanently. Today, they constitute an important part of our city, contributing to its economics, finances, and industrial growth. As Maharashtra goes to poll in November 2024, we look at whether migrants matter in Mumbai elections. Joining us to discuss this is senior journalist Jitendra Dixit, who is a consulting editor with NDTV, has been closely following developments and politics of Mumbai for almost 3 decades. He's the author of 5 books, including 2 of them dedicated to Mumbai, namely Bombay 3 and Bombay After Ayodhya. Welcome, Mr. Dixit. We're happy to have you here on our podcast. Can you tell us more about the demographic breakup of Mumbai? What percentage of people are from migrant communities here who come here for jobs and now comprise a sizable political strength here? Where do the migrant communities figure in the 2024 Maharashtra elections?
Thank you, Hepzi, for inviting me on this podcast. Today we are talking about migrants. So, first of all, let's settle down. How are we going to who are the people whom we are going to refer to as migrants? If you go around 400 years back, 500 years back, so Kolis and Agris were the original inhabitants of this city, which was then divided into 7 islands. So after that, Portuguese came, then Britishers took over from Portuguese, and the initial migrants were from Gujarat. Parsis came, then people from other parts of Maharashtra, from Konkan, from Marathwada, and from other states in pre-independent era. Came down to Mumbai. Mumbai being a port city, Mumbai being an international commercial center, so it attracted people from across the country. So anybody in that sense, anybody who is non-agri or non-Koli is a migrant in this city. But if we talk about the present scenario, so I think when we refer to migrants, we talk about people who are non-Marathi speaking, non-Maharashtrians, non-Marathi speaking people. So as far as demographics are concerned, so as per 2011 census, the data which is with me, there are around 38% Marathi speaking people in this city. Then there are North Indians, people from Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. They amount to around 17%. Then Gujaratis and Rajasthanis are around 15%. South Indians are around 7%, mostly people from Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, and Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Then there are Christians around 3% people who speak English. Then there are Christians who are called Red Indians who speak Marathi as well. So this is a rough data of linguistic breakup of the population, the demographics as per the linguistic background. So as far as your question is concerned, how are they placed into this 2024 Vidhan Sabha elections? So I think if we talk about demographics in Mumbai, and if we talk in the context of elections, so I think Mumbai is quite different from rest of Maharashtra, because there are around 22 seats which where the election results are influenced by people from North India, people mostly who are belonging to states like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Haryana, So that is out. There are total 36 seats in Mumbai, and out of those 36 seats, there are around 22 seats. Then there are 5 seats where Gujaratis have dominance. Few seats are in western suburbs, from beginning from Khar till Daisar, and then there are few seats in eastern suburbs as well, in central suburbs like Ghatkopar, Mulund, and Bhandup. So I think around there are around 80 to 85% of seats which are dominated by migrants. By migrants, as I have clarified, by people who are non-Marathi speaking. So all these parties, whether it is BJP or Congress or the Shiv Sena as well, they are trying to woo non-Marathi voters from the election point of view. So let's talk about parties who have been doing linguistic politics and who have been campaigning against migrants, against non-Marathi speaking people. So the first name which comes to our mind is Shiv Sena. The party was founded on the basis of its campaign against non-Marathi speaking people, especially South Indians. So in 1966, when Shiv Sena was established, their first campaign was to attack South Indian white collar workers, people who were working in private companies and banks and other government institutions, and they were mostly South Indian peoples. So Shiv Sena had led a very violent campaign against them, and said that these people are snatching jobs of local people and taking up tons of soil issue. The party established itself as a force in Mumbai and adjacent Thane district. So this was the first agenda of Shiv Sena. But then Shiv Sena realized that if we focus just on a Marathi issue, just on the sons of soil issue, the party is not going to grow beyond Mumbai and Thane, because the migrant issue was relevant only for these two cities. You can say almost for if we can also include Navi Mumbai, which was a developing city that time. So, but if we talk about other parts of Maharashtra, northern Maharashtra, western Maharashtra, Marathwada, so this issue was not relevant. The issue of Marathi was not relevant. So in 80s, Shiv Sena adopted the strategy of Hindutva and started talking less about Marathis and more about Hindutva. And in 1984, when Bhimandi riots happened, Shiv Senics actively participated in those riots and were accused of large-scale violence. But at the same time, the party was established as a militant Hindutva organization. And then on the basis of that Hindutva, it joined hands with the BJP, and they fought many elections together, ranging from BMC elections to Vidhan Sabha and Lok Sabha. So Shiv Sena realized that by taking up an anti-migrant stance, it will not be able to flourish. Shiv Sena tried to build bridges with people who are non-Marathis. Especially, it tried to establish a connect with North Indian people. In 1993, shortly after Mumbai riots and 12th March 1993 CL blast, Shiv Sena came up with a Hindi newspaper, the Hindi edition of its mouthpiece Samna. So they started a newspaper in Hindi called Dopahar Ka Samna. So that was the first attempt by by Shiv Sena to connect with the North Indian population. Then in the year 1996, they had organized an Uttar Bharatiya Mahasammelan in Andheri Sports Complex, which was addressed by Bal Thackeray. So in that Uttar Bharatiya conference, Shiv Sena workers from other states were also invited, and they had gathered in very large number. In 2003, Uddhav Thackeray started a Me Mumbaikar campaign to connect with non-Marathi people. So philosophy of Uddhav Thackeray was that anybody who is staying in Mumbai is a Mumbaikar, irrespective of what language he speaks. everybody is a Mumbaikar and everybody should care for the city. But at the same time, in the same party, there was a section which wanted to pursue the same old policy of linguistic politics. And that faction was led by Raj Thakre. So what happened was in 2003, if I remember correctly, workers who had loyalty towards Raj Thakre in the Shiv Sena, they attacked uh, examinees, people who had come to take exams for railway recruitment from states like Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. They were beaten up and attacked in the Kalyan railway station. Yeah, and it presented a very contradictory picture of Shiv Sena's attitude. On one hand, Uddhav Thackeray was trying to build bridges with North Indian people, and on the other hand, Raj Thackre's men were beating North Indians. So it presented a very contradictory picture, and it also reflected that there was a rift between Uddhav and Raj Thackeray, because in 2003 itself, Uddhav was declared as executive president of the Shiv Sena, and after that, Raj Thackeray was gradually being sidelined. So Raj Thackeray wanted to assert himself, and he wanted to do something to establish his independent identity. So it is alleged that he ordered this kind of campaign to be started against North Indians. So this was Shiv Sena. So the Shiv Sena is no longer, I believe, is a no longer anti-migrant party. Although some leaders here or there, they may speak something, they might give some statement, but in general, you will see that Shiv Sena has done nothing after 70s or early 80s against any migrant group, whether it is North Indian or South Indian or Gujaratis. Shiv Sena has they might speak, they are in Samna, they might write editorials, some leader might give some statements, but on ground they have been never very aggressive against migrant population. But in 2009, 3 years after Raj Thackeray had established his own party, Maharashtra Navnirman Sena, so he again started the linguistic issue. Yeah, he started giving hate speeches against North Indians in 2008. In 2008, he was arrested for giving hate speech, for giving provocative speech, and his arrest led to a large scale violence in many cities of Maharashtra, in Mumbai, in Thane, in Nasik, in Aurangabad, and many other cities in which few people were killed as well. And there was a sort of exodus of North Indian people from these cities, and workers who were into small scale jobs, or whether they were working in some factories, they left the city. Yeah. So it helped Raj Thackeray win 13 seats that time. That was a first election for his party. So it had helped him, and he bagged 13 seats. But after that, he also realized that the migrant issue is no longer working for him. In 2014 election, he just won one seat. In 2019 also, his party won just one seat. So what happened in January 2020, Raj Thackeray switched from Marathi issue to Hindutva, like BJP.
I just wanted to come in at this point of time and ask you if this change, which the political parties initially having a stage of almost confrontation with the migrants, and then coming to be in peace with them and accept them as part of the city, do you think that has something to do with the changing nature or demographic of our city, or how do you read the situation? Have they been
exactly
accepted as part of the city?
Generally, in many areas which were earlier known as Marathi dominant areas, where Marathi people lived in chawls and in slums or in small old buildings, so they have gone for redevelopment. And now we can see many
Skyscrapers.
skyscrapers there, towers there,
Yeah.
residential towers. Even in areas like Lalbagh and Parel, which were predominantly Marathi populated areas. Now, in the changed demographics, there are large number of Gujaratis and Marwadis residing in these areas, in these towers. So many Marathi people who have shifted to either to suburbs or to some other city. And generally, Marathi people complain, many Marathi people, that Mumbai, the Marathi population is in Mumbai is diminishing, and Mumbai is no longer for Marathis. So this issue has been taken up uh, uh, at some intervals. People talk about this, uh, but it is true that demography of Mumbai city has changed, and those areas which were earlier supposed to be predominantly Marathi areas are now uh, uh, having population of people belonging to states like Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Gujarat. So this has affected politics also of the city. And since Mumbai is having 36 seats, and as I have mentioned that there are 22 seats where North Indians and Hindi speaking people are influencing the election results. Then there are 5 seats which are being influenced by Gujaratis. There is one seat, Sayan Koliwada, where there is a big number of Tamil population. So BJP has a leader, Tamil Selvan there. Uh, so
He's contesting for the third
parties
time.
parties have recognized that, as per the changed demographics, they have to give candidature to people not just who are Marathis, but who can um, uh, establish a connect with this population. So we have many non-Marathi candidates, like Sanjay Upadhyay, who is a North Indian, who has been given a ticket from Borivali. Then there's Vidya Thakur. Then Tamil Selvam, as I mentioned. Then Mangal Prabhat Lodha, a very senior BJP leader. He's contesting from Malabar Hill area. And there are many others in Mumbai who are non-Marathis. So I think the changed demographics have compelled all these political parties to uh, re-strategize their election ticket distribution and according and choice of candidates.
Okay. Do you see a sense of, do you think the issue of protection and of livelihoods of the migrants, does it feature anywhere in the agenda of political parties? And do you think the issue of locals versus outsiders, do you see political parties still trying to capitalize on this, or it's no more an issue anymore?
In this particular election, I don't see anybody talking about migrants, about outsiders. There has not been any major statement by any political party, whether it is Shiv Sena, both the Shiv Senas or MNS, who are targeting non-Marathis. So this is one thing. Till last election, yes, till 2019, Raj Thackeray claimed to be a leader for Marathi cause.
Yeah.
But as I said, in 2020, he adopted a new ideology. He adopted Hindutva. So since then, there is no particular political party who is specifically talking about Marathis or leading a campaign against non-Marathis. So in this election, the we can say that this is an election where the topic of migrants, of people who have come from other states, or the sons of soil issue is dead now. It is no longer relevant.
Yes.
Political parties have accepted that in Mumbai, there are many seats where non-Marathis influence the election results, and you have to establish a connect with them, and you have to uh, uh, you have to befriend them, and you have to get their support. Even Raj Thackeray is having a leader who is a North Indian. His party's general secretary Vagish Saraswat,
Huh.
who was earlier a journalist, and has been a member of MNS since its foundation, is a North Indian guy.
So
He's
can you?
also a spokesperson for the MNS.
Yeah. So can you?
So you can see a party which was giving hate speeches against North Indians, which was beating up North Indians, is having a North Indian as its general secretary.
Yeah. So can we say Mumbai has today become a mini India in that sense, with representations from across the country? We have chief ministers of Uttar Pradesh, leaders from across other states coming
Yeah,
here.
we can say that Mumbai is a microcosm of India.
Yeah. And is that how you see it taking it
Mumbai.
forward, going forward?
Can you repeat your question again, Hebzi?
Is this how you see it going forward in, the future elections? Do you see the mini India playing out, and the locals versus outsiders issue dying down, and people kind of, accepting all?
You know what happened after 2009, 2008 anti-migrant riots, anti-North Indian riots?
Mm-hmm.
Many factory workers left in large scale. As I told you, there was a sort of exodus, and which crippled industries in Maharashtra, because the workforce came from these states. Workforce came from Bihar and from Uttar Pradesh. So there was nobody left to work in these factories. So all these factory owners, all these industry owners, they complained that if you beat North Indians and they leave our factories, they leave our cities, then who will work?
Yeah.
They were not getting enough workforce. They were not getting enough hands to run their business. So that is also, I believe, a major reason why these parties have, they have quit campaigning against North Indians or migrants, if we say in a broader way.
Yeah.
So that is one thing. Yeah, going forward, if we talk about future or about next election, yes, I think migrant issue is dead now. Nobody is talking about non-Maharashtrians. Nobody is talking about uh, people who are non-Marathis. So now it has been accepted that Mumbai belongs to everybody. People come from every part of the country for their livelihood, and there are thousands of families staying in Mumbai for generations.
Yeah.
Like somebody's great grandfather migrated to Mumbai, like my own great grandfather. He migrated to Mumbai many decades ago. So my son is now a fifth generation Mumbaiker. So there are many like me who have been, whose families have been staying in the city for decades.
Yeah.
And finally, those political parties who were playing linguistic politics, they have also accepted that now that migrant issue and sons of soils issue is not working. If they really want to establish themselves as force, they have to take up some broader issue, and take up some issue which can make a connect with a larger population.
Thank you, Jitendra, for sharing your perspectives. Thank you for sharing us, telling us about how the city has finally got to accept the contribution of migrants, have assimilated them into part of their society, into their politics, and how they have become a crucial part of the city in the true sense. Thank you for joining us on the Migration Story podcast. Thank you.
Thank you, Hepzi.
That was a really informative discussion. For more such interviews and conversations, do follow the Migration Story podcast.
The Migration Story.